Okay, this is the reefer junkie coming to you, giving you an update on my tank. Oh, there's the notorious Halloween crab that's been all over the place. Coral Capone, and I believe Mid-Atlantic Reefer. Shout out to them, even though they're mad at me. Thanks for getting me this crab back. I really appreciate that, you know. My mom likes the crab, so, you know. My brain, yeah, it's in the tank, thinking hard. Here's some Dunkins that are recovering. Now here's the second head. And then look right here. We got a little tiny third head right there. I call it the little herpy bump. And it's open fully, I'd say. A rock fell in this and really did some damage. Then I got this brown coral. Help me identify this. It sheds, as you can see right there, like a leather coral does. But this is this right here is not soft. It's like a calcium bone structure. And I just broke this edge off a week ago to give the Coral Capone. And it's already healed up. So that edge was completely snapped off. And then here's pieces I broke off. Alright. But the important thing is this rock was white when I put it in. Completely white. And now I got coraline popping out on it. Right there. There. I got some red algae. Or maybe some cyanobacteria, I believe. I don't have reverse osmosis at the house. So let's check out the purple developing on the back of this rock, man. Look at that. All that pink. That's all brand new from this morning. So it's really busting out there. And then this green here is like coraline. It needs to be scraped off with a razor. You just can't do it with a toothbrush. But all that pink, there we go. That is coraline. That will not scrape off with a brush. Right there. Alright. Oh, and I added some clownfish. Here they come. Yeah, 2 little baby clownfish. Shout out to Coral Capone for bringing them. And, alright, I got some injured things up here. And, of course, they're not going to open. But the zoos that the crab is eating, patiently eating some, well, he's stepping on them now. But he's patiently eating hair algae that's growing out of them. And I really appreciate him for that. So, also, I want to talk about running a small tank. This is a biocube, I believe 10 gallon. Although I believe it's slightly more than that, more like 12 to 15. I find it hard to believe this is just 10. Of course, I got a sump running in the back. So it goes in here, overflows back into here, runs down into the media I got for biological filtration. Then over to the third chamber, which pumps it back out. I'm just using the power head, the water that comes out of there right now. And it's moving the water pretty good, but not on this side really. So this additional pump right here, I turn that on at nighttime and really get it stirring up things. I can't stress the importance of good water movement enough, you know. And the Dunkins are covering too. A rock did fall on her. She's Phoebe, that's her name. And a rock fell on these. We only had 3 heads when we got it. It had about 14 when the rock dropped on it. Now it looks like we're back to about 3. But hey, I'm happy we got some coraline growing, you know. Good sign. And with that, I have a lot less nuisance algae growing. Okay, that seemed to cut off as soon as and I took this shell right here and scraped the hell out of it. You can see, I mean, all them marks are for me. And about a week later, it popped up. Then I changed tanks, and it seems like that showed it down a bit. I am dosing sugar. My ammonia is at 0. My nitrites are at 0. My pH is 8.0 and increasing, even though it was at 8.4. I had a little problem. And then nitrites are at 0. Nitrates are at in between 10 and 20 parts per million, but more like 15. I got the blue compact fluorescence, 2 white fluorescents. Then right there in the middle, I have a blue LED right here, which is currently burnt out. Then right here, I got room for another LED. So in a couple weeks, I'll be running 4 compacts with 2 deep blue like LEDs. And you know, I don't have no fucking Montipora or Acapora growing in here. Alright. You know, you see syringes everywhere. I want to talk about dosing sugar in a small tank like this. I saw people dumping a teaspoon into 100 gallons, so let me show you what I use. Once a morning, I put about not even a quarter teaspoon, okay? And this is a soup spoon, by the way. But I'll fill the spoon up with water after the sugar's in it, and I will dissolve it, okay? Then I'll dump it in the biological filter right there when it's completely dissolved. I don't believe in putting in things that aren't dissolved, like Calcwiser. I used that on my other aquarium, a 55-gallon. Shit, about 15 years ago. So I've been in this game for a minute. But that was, people were throwing it in there without it dissolving at all, or even being mixed properly. And it would build up in the corner that they did it in. Now, I need some help with this. This trumpet coral, or whatever it is, candy cane coral, is just stripping. It did have barnacles all over, or not barnacles, but little feather dusters and shit. And as you can see, it's pretty much dead. So, help me with what stripped that down when all my other corals are doing fine. All right. And I got LPS, some SPS. This right here, I don't know what the hell it is. Help me out with that. Brown, somewhat, well, small polyps, I would say, in a calcium bone deposit type structure. And so that's it. Everything's going good in this tank. I couldn't ask for anything more. Although I need to get off my ass and do some water changes. It's been a while. I do run this tank without a skimmer on a budget. The only 2 things I add is calcium and this alkalinity right here. The 2-part dosing from Sea Scrum or whatever the hell it is, the company. And I'm doing... Here's how much I use. Right. I'm from Baltimore, so there's no lack of syringes around, but you don't want to go picking up a dirty syringe and doing this. That's just a bad joke. But yeah, I use this much, okay, every other day. And I can't tell you where my calcium or alkalinity is right now off the top of my head. It's the Reefer Junkie JR. Peace out.